On Thursday the 8th of March, Dominic Winter's The Auctioneers are having a fine arts and arts auction. And part of that auction is my father's estate, my father being Robert Hardy. And I just wanted to tell you a few stories because possessions pieces are stories really made manifest. And this is probably the earliest one that I can remember. And I hope you'll be able to see this picture because this is my father, my mother, my sister and myself on this sofa when I think my sister would have been about 5 or 6 and I was probably about 3. And so not only is it a family picture, but it's also, this is where I first remember watching my father on television, all of us sitting there, probably very upright out of respect, and seeing my father. I think the clearest memories are of da 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 da, all creatures great and small. So this was our family sofa. In as much as that family sofa was where I first remember watching Dad, and most particularly in All Creatures Great and Small. Of course, this would have been very much part of what we were watching. This was the sign that stood outside, or rather hung outside Scaledale House on the railings, and it was Siegfried Farnan's veterinary plaque. And the image that maybe comes to mind for a lot of people is this image of my father in a car that Siegfried Farnan was so proud of, a Rover that I think rather unceremoniously had the doors ripped off at some point. But this was Dad in character. This was Dad as Siegfried Farnan. As gifted and talented as my father was as an actor, so too was he as an historian, and also as a bow maker and archer. Toxophilite, such a wonderful word. And this isn't a bow made by him, but there's such beauty in it. And whenever I see a bow, I'm reminded of, so redolent of my father, of where he made his bows, of the smell of the resin in the wood, and of the turpentine that he used, and the polish that was used. And of course he taught us all to shoot, my brother, my sister and myself, and to varying degrees of success. I did have the luck to shoot with him quite a lot, and terrible time when I broke one of my bows on a car door. I'm slightly nervous of stringing this now in case I break it, which would be so awful, so I think I might just leave that be as is. But it was as an archer, when I think of my father, if I think of him now, it is pulling the bowstring back to the side of his mouth and that particular expression on his face, laying his eye on the target, which is very much how my father lived his life, laying his eye on the target, and he always got there.